Andy Fox and Joe Macera. Team 5, Mark Stenmark and Sarah.
All right, so Brian Bernhardt, Andy Haas.
Old schoolers, guys who got into this game in college or before college and really have gotten, one we expected to be here clearly, and Brian, you thought was capable of a deep run, but you're just saying that because you like him.
Yeah.
No, but he's been playing great.
And I say that because he has really upped his gameplay in the last few months of qualifying, and you see it with some of his gameplay and some of the matches he's had early today. And look at that, he almost holes out in hole 1 against.
Hawaiian Punch says, "Quit sitting on the mic." We're not actually sitting on the mic. We're just.
If you want, I can.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll try not to sit on the mic anymore. It's fine. Thanks for the feedback, Hawaiian Punch. All right, so this will be an interesting match here.
And this is a beautiful setup.
Look, so you see the S, by the way, on the spinny clubs for Andy, and that's become a really popular trend with the players. Watch this thing.
Oh,
okay, so
and a lot of these players, they were using Helix on closest to the pin, and when the Build-A-Bag became an option, and the super spin and the partial spin became a player option for their clubs. We've seen a lot of players switch to it, and I got to tell you, it's changed my game a bit.
Well, you can use Bite, which still reacts like almost like a subtle, normal backspin, and you can be aggressive. So these guys, their mentality is not the average mentality. They're trying to make every single shot, and that's why you're going to get balls coming past the cup more that
Absolutely.
way.
And we've seen that already with some of the matches that we've not only been live streaming, but also the ones we're seeing throughout the High Scores Bar Arcade.
So we will get to Stenmark as we go here. That's a good looking shot there. All right, no blood yet.
Well, James, actually, I didn't learn from Brian. I've learned a few things from Brian, but I was playing a lot longer before I met him.
A few things for sure.
But I got to give him credit because he's the one that introduced me to all these crazy people in the tournaments, and that's the reason why I have a job right now. And you're hearing me live, whether you like it or not.
We like it indeed.
Beautiful setup here, Brian, with barely the gopher grab for the double eagle.
Hey, sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need it. And no blood there either. So kind of easing their way into this match. Okay, we've got brackets again. We were dealing with some wireless or some network issues a bit, so we will pull that up.
Now, let's talk about something here. In the instance that Brian takes down Andy Haas in this elimination match, what do you think that does to Brian, taking down the former world champion, the 2008 and 2016 former world champion? You got to give him. It's got to be a mental high note.
Yeah. I mean, this is unique circumstances for a lot of these players who kind of expected. You've got expectations are different for both of these guys in reality. So if Brian comes to win this game, who knows? I mean, then he can push it. And if Andy does, then he's just – because you can see him getting confidence as he goes.
Especially after some of the shots he had last game against Evan, including that hole out.
Yep.
Oh, and Brian is already
– That's trouble.
That is trouble, Peter.
Mark Stenmark and Lance Harris, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Versus Andy
Brian
Fox.
with a good chip out of the sand there to save himself from a one-stroke deficit so
Some early tilt. Yeah. And Joe Massara, by the way, is the last one on the winner's side. I'm going to keep saying this because I hope you guys keep doing it. Share this link with your friends on Facebook, social media, whatever. We've got some really excellent matches coming up. The day is still young here as we move forward, and Actually, we're moving quick.
We are.
I'm shocked. This is definitely much faster than I thought it would be. Not that I thought it would be a long day.
And just to take a look at the commentary, I would call Jimmy Mack by his name when I actually see him in a tournament again. So
Jimmy
I'll
Mack.
call Jimmy Mack by Jimmy Mack
Love you, Jimmy Mack.
officially when he shows up to
Jimmy
another
Mack.
tournament.
Jimmy, let's play some steeplechase soon. We got to get out there. So that is another miss.
Another tough shot for Bernsey.
And that is a
Beautiful shot.
So
Now-
at some point, these chips, you can keep, and we'll see what happens here. But you put too much pressure on yourself. Not in terms it just becomes difficult. It's too much strain on your game to have to continually make chips to stay alive. All right, so this is a little bit of a longer look, potentially an interesting shot here. Maybe just a smooth high tee, I would imagine.
Looks like the high 3 wood here.
Oh, he went down
Now
to
see
3.
this. I have a
Safe
feeling.
shot.
I have a feeling Brian's going to go left 1 and come in soft with the driver. Maybe not.
He's going right over.
Oh, he's got the 10-5 driver, so he's going to go right on over. I forgot about that.
Well, that's a good-looking ball.
Oh,
good shot.
Good
Very
shot.
aggressive shot.
Aggressive, but with that 10-5 driver in his Build-A-Bag, you know that it's going to get a little bit higher, so those trees aren't as much of a factor.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions
Oh.
about matches or in general, post them in the YouTube comment section. We're off and running here. Watching Andy Haas play Brian Bernhardt. Andy Haas, our back-to-back world champion. Brian certainly been around the game a long time. Loser of this match is out of the Worlds here as we kind of narrow down our field a bit. I was just talking to, I think we're down to kind of 13-16 in that region. So half the
trucking
field
along.
is out. On the silver side of things, for those curious, we're moving there as well, and I will get you a bracket as soon as that one is available and uploading here. All right, so this is an interesting look. An outwind on this hole, shorter. You can probably go at it with no high tee and maybe get some backspin, or you could try potentially a 3-wood with a high tee and go around. It looks like Andy's going to do. That's strong. All right, we'll see if Brian. This is the shot I would hit. Not that that's saying anything, and that's probably what I would do, but be even worse off. So that's the risk of it. But you also, when you do that, you leave yourself a very makeable chip, and we'll see what Brian has. Oof, close.
Wow.
Close.
So looks like Bernsey will be down 2.
Assuming he.
Wow.
All right. So again,
Wow,
a little.
you can tell the shock on Andy's face.
Yeah, he makes that chip
that's
probably
a not fall.
9 out of 10 times, 9.5 out of 10 times. But for Bernsey, you kind of avoid issues. If they lose, they kick them off the world. Just don't. Yeah, we do. We throw them out like cartoon style, like you throw people out of a bar.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? No.
And then we film it for the shots
they
of
hang
the week.
out and drink and enjoy the money that they're going to receive, and it's going to be a lot of them. A lot of monies. All right, I'll be honest on this hole. This is actually a good look. I have played this hole so poorly this year. You know that firsthand. You can attest to that. But this is the kind of look that I want, and I will say that Brian Bernhardt comes up with great shot points here.
I can see that. He knows he's down 1. He got some saving grace. Oh, close.
Oh.
He got a saving grace with that last chip that Andy missed. And there's still 7 holes to play, so we're looking good.
All right, let's see what else is going on in some of these other games as we look around a little bit.
Dave, to answer your question, I believe that both of these guys are using grabbers, but I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
Andy
Wow.
bounces off the rock into the water.
Wow.
Now, Bernsey has been around this game long enough. He knows that you cannot assume the worst for your opponent when that happens, because you have to make that shot yourself.
Yeah, you do.
And he just
This
did it.
This
he
is
just
a
did
huge
it.
chip. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
wow.
goodness. Wow. All right, so that is a game changer here, and Andy now has to rally. That's a huge, huge swing, obviously.
Wow,
And
I
you
was
just
not
don't
expecting
see-
that. So Brian Bernhardt is down 1 going into hole 12. Andy waters it twice, off the tee box and the putt.
Now, I will
and now
say
Brian's
this,
up twice.
we've seen this before. This is where Andy puts on heater mode and starts
Especially
going.
facing elimination.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and Andy Haas is the player to do it. If anybody is going to come back and rally more than anybody, it's got to be
a good
Andy
place
Haas.
to start. That's not going to get there though, unfortunately.
And for Brian, he's got to remain calm, cool, and collective, and just play his game the way he would, just like as if he's playing Andy or any of these other guys on the leaderboards. You know,
I think this is where you kind of have to own it down a bit. If you're Brian, also you're probably kind of shaken. You know, you go on tilt for poor things. You can go on tilt too when things go well, and not know how to deal with like unexpected.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
the playing safe. And we were just talking about this. You can't. Brian would not hit a shot like that.
No,
we've seen him play at hundreds of tournaments, and he would not hit a shot like that.
Oh,
Andy
good
with
shot.
a close shot. But thankfully for Brian, this is not a deep putt.
Oh, there goes one. And you're exactly right. He played too conservative, and it can come back to bite you. And just like that, Andy gets a stroke back. Brian looks pretty calm behind the game, though. He looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a great position, so we'll see.
And this game is really going to come down to these last four setups.
Oh, I mean, hole 18 is a game
this
changer.
This is another great look at 15. You do not always get a clear shot at the hole.
No, you don't.
At least when I play.
It's a little long. I would use IT here, but
that looks like Brian's going to do that.
Yeah, we've got his head in the. That looks pretty good. That looks very good. Good shot. All right. No blood. But now I think is where it gets really interesting. Not a terrible look here at all by any means.
You got to wonder if there's any pressure on Andy because he's the one that's down one, but he also gained that stroke advantage or that stroke back. So now he's leading off on every hole.
Yeah.
So it changes the mentality a little bit.
We've seen that before. It does. It changes the pace a little bit. It's a pretty good look. That looks like a really good shot, but not in, which is what he needs right now.
Great shot for Andy right there. This is probably one of the best setups I've ever seen on this. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Brian, just like Andy, great shot right around the hole. And Brian really needed that to regain that two-stroke lead. It changes it going into 17 and 18.
This isn't bad at all.
This
is really nice. I think
Andy is right now thinking in his head, I've got a shot at this. Because 18 is
it's a good shot, and now I think he wishes it would have been a harder look.
But Brian has to be careful here because he's also playing those super spin clubs, and if he goes too aggressive.
Oh, look, he's going deep enough. That's smart. It's a smart shot.
And I wonder. I actually couldn't tell. I think he might have not had. That did not seem like it was a super spin.
Bite. I think he had bite on too.
Oh, okay.
So I think he may have had bite with the super spin clubs. All right, we've seen this shot a bunch.
Yeah. This
is a good hole for it. Without question, a chance to make up a shot if you're Andy.
Yeah. I can't talk about this hole. This hole is bad for me. Wow.
All right.
Not bad, but that was almost game over.
Yeah, it was. So, interesting situation here with Brian. How aggressive do you want to get? And he wants to get really aggressive. Oh, my goodness. All right.
Wow.
I don't know why I would hit it around to the right. Ooh, good shot. It's tough to know. There's a lot of pressure on the line with these guys. This is a big chip.
Oh wow.
My goodness.
Wow, Andy Haas.
This is a big chip.
Oh, wow. Wow, Andy Haas misses his chip left.
Wow.
And it somehow rolled off of the ledge for a water ball. Wow.
I'm speechless.
Wow.
I'll be honest, I'm speechless.
Seriously, I cannot believe
So
that.
our world champion from last year is out in somewhat shocking fashion. Brian Bernhardt stays alive.
Wow.
This also means, by the way,
That we are going to have a brand
a new face in
undisputed
in the game.
Golden Tee World Champion.
Wow. All right, let's try and figure out what is going on here. So let's see what matches we've got to go to.